Hello, I'd like to speak a little about violence today. Violence doesn't necessarily come when you act or hit or hurt people and all those things. No. Violence can be a state of the mind. It can involve all the conflicts going on within your psyche, within your mind, within your being. It can involve all the violent thoughts, ruminations, all the considerations, all the conflicts, all the psychiatric tendencies, pondering, ruminating, conflicting within yourself. It might be grown from inconsideration, jealousy, backbiting, ignorance, hatred, malice, a lot of that which you deem contradictions, violence. Could be a state of the mind. But most of the time, majority of psychiatrists as they think violence as that, you know, which is seen externally. No, violence could be internal. And a man takes a lot of dangerous substances, drugs or alcohol, all those sex, gluten, all those things. Excess consumption. You abuse your organs, you abuse your system. Indirectly, you're bringing violence to your system. The lungs have problem with oxygenation. The heart has problem with transportation of oxygen, and also the brain cannot really control the central nervous system. The kidney is burdened, the heart is burdened, the liver, small intestine, large intestine, all these living functions of the organs are hurt or shortchanged and all those things. Then people start looking for enemies, they're looking for who to blame. But you're the one being violent to your system. You're smoking, you're bound to come down with cancer of the lungs. Small time, you start blaming the enemies, especially away from the Western Hemisphere. At the end of the day, if you're taking too much meat, you're about to attack it, have problem with your kidney. Ultra filtration will be affected. If you're drinking too much alcohol, your liver is definitely going to be affected. Sclerosis, troubles with the liver. You don't drink enough water, you're bound to have indigestion. You're bringing violence to your system. You don't get enough sleep. You're bound to get your head or your entire body system messed up. You're too worried and all those things. You increase your blood pressure. You make the heart overwork itself. This stress, these bodies, they were here before you were born. They are here now. They will still be here when you're gone. Problems are older than you. So stop treating problems that are your mates. They were here before you. People have passed through them. Some didn't survive, some survived. You're enjoying or enduring your own part of the global problem. Small time you're gone. Problem remains for other people that will come. Problem is power of nature. So what are we saying? We're talking about violence. One of the most difficult things I found in life as a psychologist, as a social scientist, is people's inability to accept responsibility for their actions. People always transferring blames, always transferring, consequences and repercussions. They don't want to say it's my fault, I'm sorry. That's one of the most difficult things I found in life. They will always find a way to push it to others. In one of my books, I said something. I've never seen a problem that's too big for me not to push it to another person. I'm being a bit sarcastic, but at the end of the day, this is like the predominant conundrum, problems of humanity. People don't want to accept responsibility. You should have been there for your children, you're not there. Then there's a lot of mess up in the family. Accept responsibility, be considerate, be humble enough to accept responsibility. How can we do better? What are we supposed to do which we didn't do? What didn't we do we're not supposed to do which we did? How do we now go forward? Okay. A lot has been hurt. A lot of people has been hurt. How do we now move forward? That is the major thing. But some people continue dwelling in the past. Forgive and let go. If you don't, it's bound to bring repercussions. It's bound to bring, vengeance. Vengeance will bring violence. Violence will elongate, the victim circle. What am I saying? I'm saying that violence is not only physical, it could be mental as well. It could be psychological. When people refuse to forgive, they bring a lot of violent tendencies to themselves. When people refuse to let go, refuse to forget wrongs done to them, they're bound to get sick. They like bring extra burden to themselves. Then we come on the physical violence and all those people that drink and drive. You're bound to kill or get killed potentially. Don't drink and drive. You could be a danger to yourself and to others. Don't get involved in public life when you're intoxicated, when you're under the influence of hard drugs and all those things. You're bound to mess up and abuse other people's expectations. Expectations could be abused, yeah. The society expects you to protect them, to love them, to obey the rules of law and all those things. To abide by the guiding principles of society, which are civilized, which are ethical, which are non-violent. But when you're under the influence of these abusive substances, you're bound to mess up. So violence comes through different ways. You see, some people have marital issues. They take their problem to the office. The next file is going to handle, that person is in trouble. Some lecturers, the next essay or script is going to mark, they'll transfer the aggression on the poor student or the poor candidate applicant. That applicant is innocent. He didn't do, but the people transfer their personal issues. And people have preconceived notions. People have, myopias, prejudice, and all those things. They don't like this tribe, and you write your essay, you try to be reasonable. Once they see that it goes against their, against their principles, you're off. Consideration is very, very important. I keep telling people, violence could be transferred. Aggression could be transferred. And most of the people in the society, they're suffering for what they don't know about. That baby didn't ask to come and all those. Why you enjoy yourself, the baby you're called. So in order to cover your guilt and all those things, you want to flush the baby. I want to kill, unborn baby. It's terrible. Some people keep giving birth up and down, jumping, from one man to the other. At the end of the day, they're getting children they're not going to love. They're getting children they won't care for. They're getting children they will not be there for. So marry for material reasons. Because that man is rich. Because of what I'm going to get. Man is a selfish animal, I agree. But sometimes let consideration come in if we must control and exclude violence from our life relatively. Some are praise singers, some are sycophants. They only come to you when there's something to get from you. They don't visit, they don't call you unless there's problem in their lives and all those things. Unless they're going through hardship. No, they remember even there's trouble. Even some people, they come to church, they go to the mosque, they go to the rabbi, only when there's big, massive problem. They don't come normally, they don't relate with you. How many years now of counseling? I've learned a lot. I learned to understand the mentality of humanity relatively. The mindset of that animal called mine is highly selfish, it's highly egocentric. It's counterproductive to civilized ethics generally. Man is a vindictive animal. Man is a terroristic animal. But I don't need to blame man. I blame the organics of the society. I blame the environment. I blame sociology. I blame psychology. I blame genes. And this kind of training these people underwent or had. Yeah. Look at the get rich quick syndrome now that's going on. People don't care how you make money. All they care about is the money you've made. Just get it. They don't care if you go into rituals, if you do people, if you help people, if you're into fraud. Society that celebrates, fast money or fast riches without asking about the origination is bound to go into domination. Yes. Because when everything goes, then standards are destroyed. Please, reason as we live. Avoid violence. Don't be violent to yourself and don't be violent to others. Refine your mind. Because the mind rules the land. My last book is The Mind and the Mind. The man and the mind. When the mind is refined, it can rule the land. The mind dictates to the man that rules the land. So refine the mind. Then you can have refined men and women. Then we can have a civilized land or environment. Here, I rest my case. Thank you. Be peaceful. Be egalitarian. Be egalitarian. Be egalitarian. Add value to existence. Thank you.